Hey everyone, we're here with Bradon and Devin from Bludgeoned by Deformity. Um, what a fucking fantastic EP Epoch of Immorality is. It is coming out 6/6. Man, too bad it wasn't six right behind it. Uh, on Iron Fortress Records. Bradon, Devin, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to come and chat with me about some fucking music.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
Hell yeah. Um, where do you guys find time? I feel like you guys all have you both have so much going on. Like Devin, you're in eight, nine, 10 bands, something fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm in a couple, really a lot of just studio things, but you know, I mean, anytime I've ever had downtime, I've always made time for Braden. He's kind of like my little brother. Not to say that and like bully him a little bit, but definitely over the past couple years we've known each other. We've done this thing instead of bonding. I like to call it banding. Like he gets me into cool shit, I get him into cool shit, and yeah, man. I mean, we worked together on a project 2 years ago called Immortal Torment, and that was his guitar debut, which is insane if you listen to it. Like man, this is this dude's first knack at guitar, and he's pulling off like all these crazy riffs and from that we kind of like bonded really hard and found out that we have a mutual love for a lot of underground brutal death metal and kind of wanted to make that a forefront to something we would work on in the future. And out popped 9 months later our baby boy Bludgeoned by Deformity. So
Fuck yeah. So that it's really cool when you can like bond with someone, especially like over like a specific style of music that
yeah.
isn't I don't want to say like accepted by the masses, but it's not accepted by the fucking masses. It takes a special person to really get into like brutal death, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it's for the freaks. It's not for the brutally impaired.
Yes. Yeah. That's the fucking truth. So how did you guys like meet initially?
Oh man, I think I met Devin just because of Bog. I knew Cody before I knew Devin. Cody recorded something I played drums on probably 5 years ago. I was like 20 years old. So I met him. I ended up taking promo pictures for Bog right after Sed joined the band. That was like right at the end, the tail end of COVID. I took those, and that was kind of the first time I really met Devin. We hung out. I don't know, we just kept in contact, and soon after started working on Immortal Torment together. That went through a few iterations before it came out. It was it was definitely kind of a brutal band, but it was also a lot more like grind adjacent as well, pretty dissonant. And eventually, I think we just decided that we wanted to do something that was a little more um, just strictly death metal. Um, I don't know. We met at Cornerstone Cafe, which is a little place in Columbus. After he'd gotten back from some tour, we just kind of talked about what kind of shit we wanted to do, and this band was kind of the idea that came out of it. This was after Immortal Torment. We had done that. That was kind of just a studio project. I don't know. We wanted to try something new, and this is the idea that came out of that meeting.
Hell yeah. It's super cool to have that like that meeting of the minds and see it come to fruition, that fucking baby's finally born.
Yeah,
Like,
it's been a long time coming. It definitely. I think I wrote these songs. Uh, probably about a year to a year and a half ago. We recorded them starting last August, and now it's finally coming out this Friday. So definitely took some time, not as long as some major label stuff, but just because of the people involved, it definitely takes a lot of planning to get the recording done and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of bureaucracy around it, right? Like especially when it comes to like pressing plants and shit like that. Like those,
Yeah,
those timelines, there was like obviously through like COVID and right after COVID, we were looking at year and a half to fucking press a record. Like Jesus Christ, man.
Sure.
yeah. Shopping around is it's wild. The whole process of this band has been very interesting. It wasn't something that I just wanted to like put out ourselves or put out on a whim and not get the attention that I think we all felt like it deserved. Um,
Sure.
another cool thing too, like I always give Bradon massive credit. He our original idea or my original idea for the band was it was just going to be me and him, and then we were going to find people to kind of fill in the gaps. Because like Bradon is primarily a drummer. He's been drumming since he was like just out of diapers. He's an insane drummer. So when he started picking up guitar and showing me that he could riff, I was like, this only makes sense because he's cracked. So like, and after I told him the idea that I had like a band that like played a homage to a lot of the hardcore that I liked and a lot of the brutal death metal that I liked, he started cooking right away. I think it was like not even 2 or 3 days later, he had like a full 2 songs like already flushed out with programmed drums and everything. And then we're all so geeked about it. I'm I'm texting Adam Jarvis and I'm at a grocery store and he was just like, "This is cool, man. Who's the drummer?" And I was like, "Nobody. I think Bradon's gonna play drums on it, because he wrote it and he's also a wicked drummer." And Adam was like, "Damn, I was hoping you'd hit me up, man." And I was like, "I mean, if you're down," I was like, "That's insane." And because I mean, he's got his hands full as well, just as the rest of us. And sure as shit, man, like he pulled through. And like back to the whole label shopping and everything like that. Like it's weird because like because me and Adam are in bands like on a major label,
Yeah.
there's not much wiggle room when it comes to distribution and stuff. Like I have to talk to Century Media's A&R and their VP, like, "Hey, is this okay? Because this is another death metal band." Like, but like if I don't think it's competing at all. I think if anything, it's helping. So, I mean, we were in contact with a couple labels. My manager for Sanguisugabogg even shopped it out, and Days was like interested in it. Another funny thing is like Adam sent it to Phil and Selmo and Kate.
Housecore, yeah.
Yeah, and Housecore loved it too. But I think what was important was like we were so ready to just get it out, and I've built like a really cool relationship with Ben from Iron Fortress. He's fucking awesome. I think he's holding the flag right now when it comes to like newer American death metal bands. They're popping out like crazy. He's definitely the torchbearer, and yeah, I mean, he loved it just as much as we all did. So I felt like if he has this much faith as we do in this band, like let's have him take the ranks and put this out here.
That's cool as fuck. It's really cool when you can get someone that has the same like level of I don't want to say urgency, but like excitement around the project
Yeah,
behind you. I think uh unfortunately, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it. That's where I feel a lot of younger bands really miss the mark. They're so focused on we just want to get something out
Yeah,
that oh you'll do it. Fuck yeah, we don't care, do it. And then they're like, "Oh, hold on. What did we sign with you? You 6 albums and we're not getting shit? Like what happened?"
exactly.
You know? So good for you guys for having the knowledge to do that. And it's really cool that Adam was like, "Yeah, dude, I'll fucking do that." He, of course, we all know his shit. Um, he's a beast of a drummer. That fucking Scour album, dude, like,
Yeah, yeah. It's like Dark Funeral on steroids. Like
yeah,
it's
dude. Yeah, I had a buddy who is doesn't like Phil at all, like listen to fucking Gold, and he texted me and he was like, I'll get over my hate of Phil for this. This is fucking great, dude. I'm like, it's a fantastic album. Like whatever you
oh,
feel about Phil, the music is fantastic. And it's great to have, like you guys, you obviously have that relationship to be able to fucking put together Epoch of Immorality. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, Devin, I don't know where the fuck you come up with all these lyrics, dude. Like, I feel
yeah,
like you just have a stack of fucking notebooks and you're like, oh, this'll work really good fucking here. Braden's like, check this riff out. And you're like, oh, I got the perfect fucking shit for that.
yeah, man. I mean, I think this speaks for me and Braden, but we both come from like a kind of psycho religious background and upbringing. It's not something that I talk about a lot because I'm pretty far removed from it.
Yeah.
Now, and I've never been in a band before where I kind of discussed like my that journey
What?
that I had.
Yeah.
I went to a Pentecostal church, and as an adult, like I went, and I had tattoos, and I wore jeans, and it was like my only spot. I was a born again Christian. I thought this was the place for me, and somehow my mind was so feeble that it was able to be kind of taken over. And while my journey in that, I had a friend named Christian who was just turned 18. He was an 18-year-old kid, and he drowned to death. And I saw his body. They had an open casket at his funeral. It took 2 days to find him, so he was like completely bloated,
Bloated and shit.
like ballooned up, and I was just like, yeah, this is all bullshit. Like maybe I maybe there's some stuff I can take from it, but I definitely can't take anything from heart just because I want to, look at a certain thing or drink a certain thing. Like that doesn't mean I should have to pluck my fucking eyes out.
Right.
So, that kind of disdain that I have towards like, you know, um, judgmental heretics and stuff like that. Like Bludgeon was like that kind of music that just like fueled that rage, and I was able to kind of dive deep in to those style of lyrics, and it's actually my first like approach at doing it, and I think I blew my own mind, doing shit like that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Dude, I was fucking reading the lyrics, like listening through it this morning, just so like I listen to a lot of fucking death metal. I don't ever know what the fuck they're saying. So I'm like, if I don't read the lyrics, I'm just like, "Oh," you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Uh, so I was like, I read the lyrics today, and you saying that was like your fucking journey is wild. Like it makes perfect sense to me. So the last song, extirpated human existence, like was that the moment where you were like, you know what, fuck this, like I'm out, moving forward with whatever else?
Yeah, it's basically saying like that version of me is getting killed.
Yeah.
And like Dawn is like basically when he comes in on that song, he's like the inner monologue in my head, you know, and I wrote like certain areas, like certain hooks where we can have like a verses thing where I say the verse, he says the verse, and so forth. And I think it came together so fucking sick, man. It's sick because like we were it was before vocals even got laid down on it. Sanguisugabogg was on tour with Lorna Shore, Whitechapel, and Kubla Khan, and I'm showing everybody. I don't even think it was mixed at this point. I'm showing everybody just on my phone what it's going to sound like, and they were like pissed because it was so good, So it felt really good. Like yeah, dude. Like and Bradon is he's the brainchild, man. Like I mean, Adam basically Adam essentially played what Bradon wrote
Yeah.
on drums, man. I mean, there were Bradon could detest to this. There was a part where Adam was kind of fumbling a little bit because he would track for like 5 hours a day, not move out of the seat to even take a piss. And there was a fill that he just could not land, and he had to click. And Bradon was like, "Here, let me show you," and just like got up, got in his seat, and did it on one go. And Adam was like, "Why the fuck am I playing drums then?" Like,
Like, can you play guitar? Like, we could, like, what's
yeah,
up?
It was pretty scary to. I was hesitant to get in the booth, because Adam is in Pig Destroyer and Misery Index, Scour, and he plays in Nail Bomb. He's just like in all of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I guess I'm gonna show Adam Jarvis this thing I wrote because we play the drums. Everybody plays differently, I played a lot
Yeah.
of jazz music when I was in high school, so I think it informs the way I play maybe a little differently. Really, just when it comes to like fills and different grooves and stuff. I don't know. I think Bog was actually a big band for that too, of just like death metal bands pushing out rhythmically a little differently than what's traditionally been pushed forward. I don't know. So it was cool to kind of put Adam on to some of that tech, I guess. And he's totally ran with it. I mean, playing live with him now, we've done a show now, and he was like, I don't know, just fucking incredible live. It was unbelievable. He's so
Yeah.
sick.
Dude, he's an absolute beast. And that's, but I don't think, like, obviously listening to the album, I don't think there's a fucking slacker anywhere,
Yeah,
so like good on you guys for having that collective of just powerful fucking musicians that can put something out like this. Like, and I think it's something a lot of people can connect with,
yeah.
right? Like both sonically and lyrically, because it's got that fucking rage behind it that everyone's fucking feeling,
Mhm.
yeah.
you
I
know?
I think Devin and I, we both kind of grew up in like really sort of rural parts of Ohio. And it's interesting being just kind of culturally within that in sort of those very rural Midwest parts of America. Obviously, like it's called the Rust Belt for a reason. As
Yeah.
industrialization left the area, it became pretty impoverished, and it's sort of recent memory when it wasn't. People used to have a lot more money, and I think things have just kind of decayed over the last 60 to 70 years. So we kind of live in this decay. There's a lot of religious fundamentalism There's a lot of problems with, you know, drugs and addiction. I think both of our lives have been touched a lot by people around us that are addicts. So just kind of being in this environment, and people are religious fundamentalists are obsessed with the apocalypse, kind of like sort of this end times. I feel like it's some sort of subconscious thing where they almost want everything to end because it kind of sucks where you
I,
are. So I
you
think
know,
that comes out
ki
in what we do.
kinda, right? Like I would kind of agree with that. And I think the other side of that is the reason they stay on the straight and narrow is the fear of like, oh my God, I don't want to end up in hell,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or whatever that is. And not to not to shit on them, or to shit on religion, but I think at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that if you're a good person, whether you follow this religious ideology or not, like if there is a heaven, like are they going to say no, you can't? I know you're a good person, but
Yeah.
fuck you.
yeah,
No,
I you
exactly.
know,
I
I
think
don't think
we have a similar underlying like if there's an anger or rage that we're tapping into, it's like a very similar thing informed by our upbringings into our young adulthood to the point where we're kind of in control of our own lives.
yeah, that's
yeah,
that's fucking cool.
yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I wanted, definitely wanted this band to be relatable, and that goes into a lot of the the vocal styles, like the arsenal I do on this release. I want the shit that sounds like more mid vocal range, kind of like Fulgora, one of Adam's bands that I pulled a lot of influence from. Um, I just wanted to sound pissed, and then when I do like my low register death growls, it's me like fighting back, kind of, and then like the agony screams and stuff like that. I really wanted to paint like a picture of like I want Epoch of Immorality to be the album that you put on when the day's just not going your way. Like from the second you get cut off in traffic, just put it in the CD player, and just try to not like kill everybody that's right next to you, So
Yeah, that's cool. I'll tell you, like I said, I read through the lyrics. Extirpated human existence for me, like it touched really close to me. Um, because in 2019, my little brother killed himself. And it
sorry,
was like right after that for me, I was on that like fuck everything. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy if I leave today. I could fucking care less. And it's God, thank God I got a kick-ass wife, dude. She
oh yeah,
fucking, got me like back on track. And I'm like, all right, there's a reason that I'm with you. Like, cool, thank you. Um, she helped me through a lot, but it was like that all through it. That is exactly how I fucking felt dealing with that. And it's cool because to you it was like I killed off this person and I'm fucking moving on,
right,
like all right. And then I see it as like this is essentially I was killing off the bullshit that I went with and fucking moving on. Um,
oh yeah,
it's it's got that it's got a weird positivity to it, which I'm
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
here for.
exactly. Like as much as I like, there are a lot of positive bands, positive lyrically and oriented that I do like. I do think that shit's lame. Like being a kid, like I was 17 when my parents divorced, and it wasn't a good marriage, and it was an even uglier like divorce. And I was a pissed off kid, like growing up. And I went to a school like in the inner city. I was, I wasn't bullied by any means because I fought back, but like I was the kid that like was definitely didn't belong where I went to school, and I don't know, man, like something about like angry ass music like made me find hope. It made me it made me happy that I had this thing that like this guy sounds like he's fucking going through hell or he's creating hell, and for some reason that's just like it's making me stoked, like it's and listening to it was keeping me from like beating the shit out of somebody that I went to school with or poking their chest and being like, you know what, fuck you, I hate you. Like, I had my heroes like in my ears that like kept me well grounded. And
Yeah.
I think through like even like a dark and eerie message, like you can find that positivity. You're like, this guy understands. He gets it. He understands what I'm going through, and at least I have that because you know you can never see me like someone like I'm not I'm not the varsity jacket like fuckboy haircut hardcore kid that's gonna talk about unity and loyalty and brotherhood because quite frankly like all that shit's bullshit. Like those people that sing about that stuff, it's really a popularity like cool guy contest, and they don't know you from a can of paint. You can't sit at their lunch table. Like me on the other hand, I speak for the freaks and geeks and the people that hate those kind of guys. So
Sure. I get the jock thing, but like I guess I've had a different experience with the fucking clean cut like hardcore kids. I don't know. I don't really pay attention if they're fucking preaching unity or anything anyway. So
right,
I'm
right.
just like I'm here for the fucking breakdown. I want to see some kids beat the shit out of each other and leave me against the wall so I don't break a hip because I'm fucking old, like
Yeah, exactly.
but it's cool. It's awesome that you found that like that connection. You know, I I I I think that so many people like get into their head and they have I don't want to say self-induced like mental health issues, but they freak themselves out because they feel like they're the loner, right? Like there's no one that feels like me. Like I'm the only one going through this thing, whatever that is.
Mhm.
Um, and at the end of the day, when you find someone you can connect with, uh, Harvard did a fucking study. I think I'm probably fucking it up, but it was like I think they did it over like 80 years, dude. And they had like a control group. They had a group that had no like that was essentially isolated, right? Very minimal like connection with other people. And then they had a group that was like highly connected with other groups and other people and shit. And they found that the people who had that connection, it was like an 87% less likelihood that they would have like mental health issues.
Oh yeah.
So it, I'm preaching unity here. It's like
Oh
strength in
yeah, yeah.
numbers. You find someone that you connect with, like you and fucking Braden, connecting and putting out Bludgeoned by Deformity. Like I think to me that's fucking powerful. It's powerful as fuck to have that connection and be able to create something like this. Like,
Right, man.
fuck yeah.
It's medicine. You know,
Yeah.
it's I mean, this music's has always had me, dude. I mean, even when I was a pencil pusher and or just working odd jobs just so I could tour in the meantime. Like I've never turned my back on this kind of music, and it's never turned its back on me. And if I never had it, I don't know where the hell I'd be. You know, probably I
Yeah.
wouldn't probably wouldn't be um, you know, be indulging in the kind of life that I do and loving, my life as much as I do. And I mean, hell, I mean, I met my wife like at a outdoor show that I played like right after COVID, restrictions lifted, and so like I owe so much of my life to like death metal, and I'm a freak about it, man. I mean, it's not just knowing a band. It's like it's knowing the history and knowing the members and knowing what bands that they listen to get to where they're at. And some people have card games and sports. I have death
Music.
metal now.
That's
Yeah,
fucking it's funny you say that because that was uh I mean I told Braden I'm fucking pushing 50 years old. So for me it was, those early days of like Metallica and Slayer and
oh
all
yeah,
that shit. That was my connection, and finding other bands by reading the liner notes, the thank yous. Oh, thanks to this band and that band. Like, all right, cool. I got to go fucking check them out and see what that's like.
yeah,
That was that was good shit. I wish, as crazy as it sounds, I wish that the younger generations got more into that. Like, oh, this band really likes all this other shit. I need to go check those out.
right. I mean, me and Braden are byproducts of parents that listened to Sepultura, Metallica, and Slayer. So like, I feel like that was our first exposure to anything heavy. And
Yeah.
then eventually, down the road, I was lucky enough to have two friends that I'm still. One of them was the best man at my wedding. I'm still really good friends with that. Like, really put me on to cool bands when I was like 13 years old, dude. I was when I was 13, I was showed dying fetus for the first time, and at first I didn't get it. I was like, what the fuck is this, and then he burns, my friend Justin burns me a CD, and then I'm just putting it on, cleaning my room, and I'm just like, all right, I get it. Like, this is sick, you know.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like there are some of those bands that first time you listen to them, you're like, man, I don't know. But then it fucking clicks and you're like, all right, I'm, I'm here now. It's funny you mentioned Sepultura. Like I saw, the original lineup like play together and it was such a fucking killer experience. And when, Max and Igor did the Return to Roots tour 10 years ago or whatever it was, I took my fucking daughter to that. It was her first fucking like metal show experience.
Oh
And
yeah,
she's fucking 9 years old at the time and just there fucking headbanging along. I'm like, fuck yeah.
that's sick.
That was good shit. Braden, you're quiet over there, buddy.
I'm just, I don't know. I was thinking about my first show that I went to. Um, my dad took me to see August Burns Red when I was like 12 years old at Bogarts in Cincinnati. Um, I don't know. It was like so mind blowing to me. I feel like that's like the feeling I chase still when I make this music. I'm like, I got to do something that like could make someone feel that way. Because I just remember like walking into a venue for the first time, like the way it smells in a venue. I don't know, kind of gross, like damp, the floor sticky. I don't know, and just like feeling like a double bass in my chest for the first time and shit, and being in a room with a bunch of people who are freaks. I mean, this was like such like hot topic era of music, and there's just like remember this girl. I don't know. She's probably like 18. I feel like she was like 40 though, because I was 12. She's like, "Are you guys metalheads?" Because I was there with my little brother. I'm like, fuck yes. She big ass stretched ears and shit. I don't know. It felt awesome because I was in such a sterile environment at home. I went to like a young Earth creationist Baptist school. I had like 7 or 8 people in my class. Um, like heavily restricted environment. So getting to do that, um, I don't know, it was incredible.
Complete opposite fucking worlds right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's cool. Bogarts is a really cool place to have like your first like metal show experience.
yeah, yeah. Are you from Ohio?
No, I don't hate me.
From
I grew
Michigan?
up in yeah.
Oh,
I grew up in Detroit, but I live in Louisville now.
Okay.
sick.
So we make
Just,
like
just up the
it,
creek.
yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
if there's fucking a good show in Cincy, we head up there. Like I took who was it? When Testament, Sepultura, and Prong were playing, what was it,
Fuck yeah.
2016 or 2017? Me, a buddy, and my fucking daughter like booked it up there, and I knew a couple of people on the Sepultura crew, so we fucking hung out and bullshitted with them, and my daughter, I was like, who? We got photos with like Chuck Billy and
Sick.
Gene Hoglan, and then fucking we go across the street to fucking eat at that little like pizza or sub place or whatever it is
Uh-huh.
and fucking in walks Paulo and fucking Eloy. And I was like,
Nice.
fuck yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like send them some beers. Then we went and got photos and chatted with them. It was cool. It's funny for my daughter because the times that she went with me younger to shows, she's like, I don't really want to go. I'm like, come on, it'll be fun, it'll be cool. And she's always meeting bands because I just want to fucking talk music. And who better to talk music with than the people you're there to fucking see, you know?
Right.
So
Absolutely.
she's always meeting these fucking people and she kind of blew it off and she got a job, was working with this kid, and he starts talking about these bands and she goes, oh yeah, I met them. I met them. I met them. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, no, like, look at the photos. How fucking cool is that? Like, whether she likes the music or not, I'm glad that I was able to share those like experiences with her.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's cool when you find musicians or you find your heroes and they're still passionate about not even just the music they create, but the music like as a whole. And
Yeah.
that's the thing I've always kind of hung my hat on is as much as I am a musician, like yeah, I mean I have my hands in so many baskets, but that's only because I'm such a huge fan of it all together. Like there's passion there, and I'm not at that age yet where I'm in a band that just wears all black t-shirts, so I make sure that I'm wearing a shirt of a band that I like or a band that I know not even half the crowd is like even heard of probably. And Braden and I do that a lot. I mean, we collect shirts like they're fucking Pokemon. So Braden will send me some Instagram pages of like resellers and people that thrift shirts, and I'm like, damn, like that is a cool ass suffocation shirt, but I want to spend $200 for it, So
Right.
you
Yeah.
gotta sift through it.
That's I've been getting away from buying fucking t-shirts because I'm probably sitting, without exaggerating, I would say I'm probably sitting around 2,000 like band t-shirts.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I have fucking totes in my garage stacked the fucking height of the wall. You know, my wife's like, another fucking shirt?
yep. My wife too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she like anytime she sees like the white like vinyl like wrap like at the door that it just got dropped off, she's like, you're kidding, right? And I was like, I'm gonna sell some eventually, and then like because their shirts, I'll go through them or I'll go through the totes. And I'm like, man, I forgot I had this. And I was like, I need to put this back in my regular stack.
Into rotation.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now I have like I just like you, I have so many totes of shirts that I'm like, you know what? I haven't worn these in so long. they don't have that much value to me. Like right now, maybe it is time, but I don't know. I don't want it to be given to somebody that's like, because everyone's wearing death metal shirts like it's streetwear now, and it's so lame, and it's like, I hate to be that guy that's like name three songs, but like I am, so yeah, like this sucks, but like when I lived in I used to live in this punk house, and I think that's where me and Bradon like first talked. Like he came to a show out there, and it was like 200 stab wounds. It was like first show ever. It was in my garage, and when I moved from that punk house, I guess I left a like basket of like shirts, and I took my wife. We were dating at the time. I took her to this thrift store, and I was like, "What the hell? They have like a Peshmerga shirt," and I was like, "I had the same shirt, and then I was like, I had that same Deeds of Flesh, Mark of the Legion shirt. And then I was like, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Like all of these shirts that I owned are like on this clothing rack. And it was like, dude, I had like a $50 price tag on them. And I'm like, damn, I bought them when they were $10. Or like, or some of them were given to me by someone that, I liked. And so, needless to say, I confronted the guy that did that and made him buy them all back for me. So yeah, I had to I put the fear of God in that dude. But my shirts are
they're safe.
I don't know. Yeah. And my shirts are me. Like that's I'm that level of death metal nerd. Like the shirt means everything to me. So
next time you're in Louisville, hopefully we get Bludgeoned by Deformity down here. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
When you played Portal last time, Devin, I don't think the record store was open there, was it?
It wasn't. No.
So it was
a long time ago. I mean, not a long time ago. That was like 3 years ago already. No,
it wasn't that long ago.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was us and Phobophilic at Portal. And
yeah, but you were there after that though.
No, played the Triple Crown Pavilion after that. That was the only other place in Louisville I played.
Now I think who the fuck were you on tour with? Were you guys on tour with Creeping Death?
Nope. Not important. We did a tour with Creeping Death that was only around the West Coast, and that was in 2020.
I'll have to look back because I know you were fucking there after that.
I was there for a show. I've seen bands there because I go to. Because I mean, it's not that far, but like I'll go to shows there, and I'll go to shows at Spinelli's has had a couple shows and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I only played at the LDB pre-fest, and then the last.
Dude, that was last year.
No, I played the actual fest last year at Triple Crown.
Oh,
I didn't play the pre-fest. Volcano played the pre-fest.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, when I played Portal, it was the pre-fest. It was 3 years ago. It was after we got off tour with Nile and Incantation, and then we played Louisville on the Chaos and Carnage tour with Dying Fetus. I can't remember where that was though. I know it was like a medium-sized.
Was it like headliners or it was either headliners or Mercury Ballroom?
I had weren't you at that show, Bradon?
Oh,
yeah,
that was in Covington, I think.
Covington, okay.
Southgate House?
No, fuck no, not on that kind of tour. Dude, we played Southgate on our first tour. I booked it. Will, shout out Will Finer if he still sees this, but he put on this show. Our first tour ever. It was us, Scorched, and Undeath and Mutilatred, and we played Southgate House Revival, and literally first song that we played, a fight broke out. And then we're like, fuck it, we'll keep playing. I'm not going to say anything. Second song we played, two separate fights broke out on two opposite sides of the room. And it's literally like our second day of this tour. And me and our old bass player, Steve, just like look at each other and we're like, this is kind of fucking sick. So, and I think we had like we were known for something like that night, brought the anger out of people.
Out. Yeah.
And we only played 5 songs up because that's all we had like at that time. So
that's funny. Yeah. Madison Live, they're in Covington. I was going to Madison Live with a buddy of mine. It was Cattle Decap and Revocation were on tour together.
Oh yeah.
And we fucking get off the interstate on the fucking exit, and his fucking tire flops off and goes fucking flying down the road past us. Like, oh fuck.
That's funny. Yeah, I think it was Madison. That sounds right. Right, Bradon?
Kind of a long, skinny fucking.
It was long, skinny. They had a separate side.
Yeah,
of the venue too.
Yeah,
where merch was, and then like they had the pit area, and then I think they had a tier like behind it, and had people there too. But yeah, I mean, like I mean, either way, Kentucky throws down, man. I have
for sure.
I have family all over there, so like all over Paintsville and Inez, and so like I'm in Kentucky like quite a bit, like every year.
Oh yeah. Well, so I was telling you about the record store. So because we were talking about t-shirts, she's got some fucking people like consign their t-shirts to her to fucking sell. So next time you're in Louisville, dude, hit up fucking Amplified and check it out. You might find some wild shit in there.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm down.
Fuck yeah.
My wife.
She also does consignment like with albums and shit. So if maybe if we can hook Iron Fortress up with Amplified, we can get some Bludgeoned by Deformity in there.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be sick.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think Ben was saying like there's even an early stream for the album too. Like if you pre-save a link, you can actually listen to it all on Thursday.
Oh, cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to get it physically in my hands, because like the only, I don't know, this is the same for Bradon too, but the only like WAV or MP3 file I have is the master, the final master, and because of all the like noise and like samples that are in between, when it cuts, like when you listen to the album in full, it all blends in so together, and that's because of Bradon. So when I'm listening to it on Dropbox, it's like it doesn't play one after the other. Like you have to go in and click or
plays
skip.
And stops. Yeah.
Yeah. So it just does not hit the same. Like it's just like you get so excited, and then it's like, you premature ejaculation. So like,
dude, you should hit fucking Dave up from Earsplit and be like, hey, dude, will you send me the link so you'll get so you can fucking listen to it? Like, dude, I probably listened to that thing 20 times through. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is good.
Yeah, man. The replay value on it is so sick, dude. Like I was telling Bradon that it reminds me of like when we recorded the first Sanguisugabogg demo. Like that was all. It was all like done kind of in a weekend, you know, but we were all like, dude, this is so good. This is just like it's like hitting all the right niches and hooks and crannies like for us. That like played over and over and over again. When like this was finally like not even mixed yet, I'm just like listening to it and listening to it until like I could probably even play it on guitar. Like I'm like it's just like embedded into me. And I think Bradon like knocked it out of the park with making it such like I have to go back and listen to it. I have to listen to it again. And it's not even that you're finding something that's like different or anything or something you might have missed. Like I just think it's so sick that you have to like listen to it again and again.
It is. It is fucking it's demented and fucking awesome, dude.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I honestly I can't wait to see like more um just reaction to the fucking album when it comes out.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
man. It was like because of the way we structured the record, I feel like it was hard to pick a single because it kind of made the record. It's supposed to be listened to all together in a pretty intentional way with the samples and the way the songs flow together. So it felt kind of weird plucking out one single from it. I've been stoked on the reaction to it, but I'm really excited for people to hear the whole record all together.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you, I think people doing a full album or an EP instead of like just singles is it's almost a lost art. You know, so many people are so focused on just putting singles out, and that's one of the things that really fucking draws me to this is like from start to finish, like it flows really well together. And frankly, I can't imagine listening to just one song off of it. Like if I'm gonna listen to it, I've got to listen to it from fucking start to finish. I want the whole experience, and I hope that a lot of other people feel the same way.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean I think the first single like it has it has everything that what like our band is about, you know. But and it also has, you know, Chris Basile from Pyrexia doing the solo. Who we, you know, we named the band after one of his band's songs. It you know that obviously had to like kind of be carved out to be the first thing that people heard, but it's not it's not the gnarliest song like on the EP by any means. Like
Right.
I think like even the intro, like having just like a 1.5 minute like intro track, but like when you listen to it, it's like you know exactly what you're about to fucking like get into for the rest of the EP. And it's I don't know, man, Bradon just made it so stompy, but not I mean, there's so many bands that nowadays that are being pumped out that sound the same or they're trying to sound like this, but like this other band, but they're not really doing it like any justice. Like Bradon was able to carve out riffs that not only did it justice but made it like unique in its own way and not generic or something that could be like overlooked, you know, in my
Right.
opinion. And that you know that he knew the mission, bro. Like it was I was like, these are the bands that I want to, you know, I want to say like, hey, like we could have been a United Guttural band back in the '90s, or we could have been a Wild Rags Records band like back in the day. I want to do that style of death metal justice, and I think he knocked it out of the park, dude. Like so, like he wrote, and everything he wrote was like just completely in my wheelhouse when it came to like putting down lyrics and stuff. He left it wide open for me to like write a cool hook or gave me a part where the drums stop and I could do a crazy ass guttural, you know. And I think it's definitely a fans like kind of band. And now that we're playing live and shit, it's been so cool, like, because Bradon knows the material like the back of his hand. Now that he's in Baltimore, he has like that freedom to jam with everybody else, and it's so easy to jam with someone like Adam because, dude, like, I
He's
mean, he's
so
one of the
fucking well rounded, honestly. He is just a fucking
and he doesn't play to a click, like he's old school as fuck. Like he just sits in his seat and he's like, let's do it. The tempo is whatever the fuck I'm playing right now. Like, let's go. And I mean, from the first jam, I was like, all right, like there's a couple hiccups, but this is our first time getting together. And then it was so cool because like Adam was like, I'm cool to jam the next 2 or 3 days and right before the show. Like, let's go, and the second time we all got together, I'm just laughing like in between every song because it's so sick. Like it and it sounds like the album, but even more way more human like, and not kind of snapped to a grid,
yep.
and it's so cool, man. Like that first show, I'm nervous because you don't know what to expect. Like it's a band that only has one song out, and but dude, like, I mean, what, Brain? Like we basically sold out of our merch like before we even played.
Yeah, all of our merch sold instantly, which was crazy. We had like 40 long sleeves and 50 t-shirts. They all went.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
And then our set was, it was pretty, there was a fight within like 10 seconds. There was like
yeah.
a 15-year-old kid in Jinkos fighting like a 60-year-old dude in a battle vest. It was awesome.
It was sick, and yeah, I mean, people started beating ass to like just a sound check. Like it was really cool, man. It brought it brought some cool ass feelings out. And then like at the end of the set, Adam just looks at us and he goes, "Yeah, we need to tour with this." And I was like, "I'm fucking down, dude. Like if we could pull it off, I feel like this is a band that not only do you need to hear, but definitely
You gotta
definitely
see.
it. Yeah,
That I literally like when I messaged Dave about fucking interviewing you guys, I was like, dude, next thing is live. They've got to take this fucking live. And he's like, oh, I think that's coming down the pipeline. I'm like, all right, well,
yeah,
I want
yeah.
to.
We're planning. I think Braden drew up a route for October, so I think we're gonna play a round of shows, and then once our schedules and stuff open up, I'm I'm game, man. Like I think we have a good thing going. I think just because like we all have our hands in some stuff. I know Braden might be also potentially playing drums with a really cool band. So I think we're all gonna have our hands full. But so I think maybe getting a booking agent, and like that way we
Aligning
have like a whole
schedules
year.
and
Yeah, like actually
yeah,
locked in, and these are the dates we're gonna do something. So there's no surprises, and then be able to commit and really push this band. As much as as busy as I am, like it seems like anytime I hear something without vocals, someone sends me it, and I'm like, fuck, I want to do it.
like, okay,
Yeah, I can't say no, and especially to my friends. But this band, I do. It is high on my like priority list and stuff too, because it's the most excited I've been for music that I've been a part of, in a minute. So I think
yes,
everything that comes out, it's sick. It's right in my wheelhouse.
I think it's what's really cool, like obviously from the outside looking in is looking at how you are talking and how you feel about the music. Like it comes across so fucking well. Like, okay, this is more than just, yeah, we went in the studio and did a thing. Like, no, it's,
Yeah.
you poured your fucking heart and soul into it, which is super, super fucking cool.
Oh yeah. 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 I mean, once if you get commitment out of me, like I'm always 100% in. You know, and sometimes I don't even know how the fuck I do it. You know, I do stretch myself thin as hell, but
We all
um,
do.
yeah. But this band in particular, like the way it all came about, and it just me kind of like talking about it, and Braden's like bet, and then sends me like two songs like right away, and I'm just like, this is fucking way sicker than I could have thought of, you know, like so. I don't know how, you know, that's a whole other level of autism outside of my autism that I need to tap into because Braden's got a beautiful mind, dude. I don't I need to cut his head open and just fucking poke it in there a little bit.
What does this do? What the fuck? Maybe
Yeah,
eat a little, like, can I get a little of that? Because I want
yeah,
to
just
fucking.
ratatouille mouse his ass. Just
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. Okay. I know you guys got shit going on today. Um, I can't thank you both enough for taking time out of your day to come and bullshit with me. I've had a lot of fun. Uh, I can't wait to see what everyone else thinks about the fucking record. Uh, it's it is an absolutely solid piece of work from start to finish.
Thank
thank
you,
you.
man.
Hell yeah. Well, guys, go have yourselves a fucking great day.
All
Oh
right.
yeah,
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having us on.
Hell yeah. See
stay
ya.
heavy.
See you, dude.